Hey guys, so welcome to the new weekly astrology and tarot forecast. This is going to be for the week of June 8th, Monday, till Sunday, June 14th. So basically what this week is astrologically is a lot of integration from this past weekend and last week. So we had last week our Sagittarius full moon and a lunar eclipse in that Sagittarius full moon with Gemini North Node. So I talked about this a lot and did a specific reading for those energies on, I believe it was Friday, with my friend Elisa. So if any of you guys want to check that out, that's on my Instagram. And that just got into those specific energies. But basically what it was just all of our emotions, and personally and collectively, coming to a peak. And basically us kind of just getting really real with ourselves. Sagittarius and Gemini are two signs that are very good at getting real with themselves and with others. And we don't sugarcoat things, we don't gloss things over, we don't deal in lies, or we don't deal with lies very easily. We want the truth, nothing but the truth, even if it's harsh. And so, and we're very outspoken, both of those signs very outspoken. And so what we experience when these energies eclipsed each other during Gemini's, of course, sun season, it was like, what can we get rid of? The lunar eclipses, especially with the full moon, are all about release. So I've said this many times in my videos, full moons are all about releasing. So when it's a lunar eclipse full moon, it's even more releasing, like times 5, times 10, times 100, who knows? It really depends on where you're at, what's all going on in your life and in your chart, as well as collectively. And so a lot of us felt a really big peak of energy this weekend because of that. It was kind of like this boiling point of what can I not stand anymore about myself or about the world that just needs to be gotten rid of. And I got a little tongue tied there. And so basically it was, just like this big shedding process, like layers and layers of shedding. And a lot of my clients that I do tarot for and yoga and Reiki and all these things, and as well as friends and family were telling me the same thing, that that they were going through a lot, and they were really seeing very clearly where they needed to release in their personal lives as well as collectively. A big theme was ignorance. So, a lot of us, we willingly stay ignorant of things that are going on in our personal lives as well as collectively, because we don't want things to be difficult. We perceive removing ignorance is difficult, and it can be. And the Yoga Sutras, you guys all know I'm a yogi, the Yoga Sutras say that removing ignorance, what we call avidya in yoga, that it's one of the most important parts of becoming enlightened. We can't just download new information and wonderful, new things, or do new things without removing the ignorance. Even if we have the most enlightened spiritual information available to us, we can't be fully awakened. We can't fully live in truth if those seeds of ignorance and those places of ignorance are still there. And so a lot of people were waking up collectively to oh wow, I've been ignorant about this issue for a long time, or I've been ignorant about these types of people for a long time, or I've been ignorant about how the whole system works for a long time, or just little pieces, realizing wow, I didn't realize, I thought I knew, but I guess I must be a little more ignorant than I thought about certain things, because the truth is hidden from us, you guys. It's hidden from us by the powers that be a lot of times, but it's also hidden from us by our own selves. Our souls come down here to test us and to, learn lessons. And so having to discover our own ignorance and where that ignorance lies is a part of the journey. And a lot of times it's accumulated from past experiences, past lives, you know, collective karma, family karma. And so, you know, we just got to take it one step at a time, take it in stride, but, you know, always be doing the work. And, you know, that's very much Gemini and Sagittarius. We're always, you know, we think something's ignorant, we're going to call it out, you know, very bravely and boldly, and not really care what anyone thinks. And we really saw a lot of that this weekend. And so, and last week. And I think that that's a really amazing thing, because how are we all going to get on the same page and move into this collective shift that we are meant to move into as a species and as a planet, if we are all not on that, you know, similar frequency of truth and awakening. So big sync up this weekend and this week. Okay, so basically, you guys, the video cut out when I was recording last, so I decided to re-record. So I already have the cards pulled from the previous reading, and I'll go ahead and get that started right now. So basically, first card was the Panther. So Black Panther here. And I just thought this was so cool with what is going on in the world, you know, like with the Black Lives Matter movement. You know, there's a lot of Black Panther philosophy behind that. And if you guys don't really know much about Black Panther leaders or philosophy or that time period, I definitely suggest looking into it. You know, it's there's a lot of good stuff in there, and I really think it can help enlighten a lot of people during this time. And even you know, outside of that, it's just I just thought it was like a cool, like, fierce image for what we're all going through, and you know, some of the ignorances that we're working to tear down right now, and the old ways of being that we're working to tear down right now. Like, this fierce panther energy is just so appropriate for that. And so I'm gonna go ahead and read from the book because I just love these book interpretations. But before I do, I just want to say that the panther is actually one of my personal spirit animals, one of my animal totems that always comes to me for a very long time now when I go on vision quests, when I meditate. And it's just for a very long time now has been one of my main animals that guides me and that comes to me. And you know, I think being a Gemini, something deep within me is like, I kind of want all or nothing a lot of times, where it's just like, okay, give it, okay, I see a little glimmer of truth. I'm not the kind of person that's just like uncomfortable and like scared of like what that might mean for my identity or my social surroundings. I kind of like, whatever, if it's the truth, give it to me. Give it to me all at once. Like, this is my chance, I'm taking it all at once. Don't give it to me in pieces. Give it to me all at once. And this is very much what this type of energy is it's like, just, you gotta go ham at it. You gotta go all for it. And you know, sometimes we all have to be like that. We all have to go through that time, and right now is that time. You know, we don't all have to be like that all the time, but you know, that's very much a you know, specific personality type that wants that kind of things, that kind of you know, full force truth 100% of the time, no matter what, no matter how uncomfortable, in the middle of the day, at night, whatever. You know, it's a very specific personality that wants that all the time, full time. But you know, collectively, and on the individual level, now is the time for all of us to be in that energy. It's Gemini sun season, Gemini Sagittarius eclipse, so it was very ripe right now for those energies to take place. Okay, so it says the panther, the keywords are annihilation of the unnecessary and purging. I mean, what are we seeing, you guys, in our society? You know, whether you agree or disagree with the riots and the looting and, you know, the violence and all that stuff, you know, at the very, I think a lot of people are like throwing away sometimes the message because of not agreeing with some of that stuff, which, you know, I have my own personal opinions, so I won't share them here. I do that elsewhere. But, you know, I'm just collectively channeling right now. But basically, you know, like, even if you disregard all of that stuff, you have to admit that we are all still at least collectively examining these institutions and structures. As this destruction that we see in a lot of our major cities right now is going on, it's like a beacon for everybody to wake up and realize, oh wow, I didn't realize things were that bad, or things were like this, on whatever level that you perceive this to be happening on. And so, like, it's basically like a wake-up call no matter where you are in the spectrum of, like, oh, wow, this is big. Things are being destroyed. Things are being annihilated. And so from there, it's up to us of where we want to be a part of that, or how we want to integrate that into our own beings. And while we are seeing that done collectively, or possibly even taking part of that collectively, we're also doing it interpersonally and on this very deep, personal soul level as well. Because the collective, what's going on in the collective is just mirroring what's going on with us as individuals. So all of our little individual parts going through our work and, releasing and asking to know more and to become more awakened for this collective shift that many spiritual people have been talking about for a long time. We've all, like, psychics and seers and intuitives and astrologers and all those things, we've all been saying this for a while, that it's coming, you guys. You better start doing your spiritual work now. Do your self-examination now. Figure out what you think about, the world and how you want to enact your purpose on the new earth that is inevitably going to happen, because we feel it, we see it, we know it. And we've had visions about it, we've been hearing about it, through channeled messages, and we've known about it through astrology. And so here it is. So a lot of us in the spiritual community, we're not really that surprised. We may be surprised by some of the things and individual experiences we're seeing, but and having, but we're not surprised by this all happening in general, like a lot of people are. So basically, yeah, we always knew that there was going to have to be a collective purge at a certain point, and because of the individual purging that is needed. And so, this is, just take it for, my best advice is just take it for whatever it is and whatever it means to you, and just examine that very closely, and examine where you may have ignorance, examine where you may have attachment, and also examine, how you feel in your heart about it. Examine what you really truly feel, and how you want to, if you don't like it, how are you going to change it? If you don't like it for this reason, how are you going to change it? If you don't like it for that reason, how are you going to change it? So basically, however you're feeling about this, as long as your intentions are for the highest and best of all people, all of our entire species and the earth, then we will achieve the right outcome eventually. So just hang in there, you guys, and just do your part. And if that means just integrating and just observing for a while, then that's all you need to do. We all have plenty of personal work going on right now. So there's a lot of collective work to be doing, and we all are going to take our part in that collective work when it's our time. So if it's not your time yet, you feel like you need more awakening, then take your time and go through more awakening, learn more, read more, watch more videos, observe more, ask God for more clarity, and it will come. And the more you do that, the better you will be at enacting change. A lot of people try to enact change when they still have a lot of layers of ignorance. And how good is that change going to be if it comes from a place of ignorance? And once again, it's not, a lot of times, yes, it is personal ignorance, but a lot of times it's ignorance from just the powers that be not giving us the full truth. And how can we help that? The only reason none of us are to blame for that. Of course we trusted the powers that be, but now we're realizing that, okay, maybe it's not all what I've been told that it was, and we're all starting to awaken at our own pace and our own levels. And so, now it is our responsibility, as we're starting to see the veil pulled away and see these illusions being destroyed, around, like what the powers that be really are here for and what they're really doing. And, you know, is this a world we want to live in, or do we, the people, want to take charge and create an earth that is much more harmonious than what we have been seeing so far? And so, you know, it's an annihilation of everything that has to go. So, you know, with the Black Lives Matter movement, it's annihilation of racism on all sides of the spectrum. A lot of people like to just say these people are racist or these people are racist, but it's really something that, you know, is affecting a lot of people on both sides, on all sides of these issues. And a lot of times it's very hidden racism. And once again, those things that are hidden are the most dangerous, because those are layers of ignorance that need to be peeled away, or they're going to get in the way. It's almost better if someone is just very more like obvious and overt about it, because then we can be like, okay, we can peel that layer off a lot more easily. But the layers that we can't see at the moment, or that are being hidden from us, are sometimes the harder ones to really acknowledge and go at. And so just be very vigilant, be aware, and just pray that, you know, what is being destroyed right now is for the highest and best, and that nothing gets destroyed that doesn't need to be destroyed, and that is unnecessary, and that hurts, you know, the evolution of our humanity and our society. So just pray for that divine feminine destructive force to clear out exactly what it needs to evoke the emotions, the exact emotions that we all need to feel, so that we can experience this collective purging. You know, on the ground, we can have a lot of opinions about what's going on with our own human sight and our own human minds, but ultimately, Spirit knows exactly what it's doing. And God knows exactly what He's doing. Mother Earth knows exactly what she's doing. And so, you know, the more that we pray and just trust and stay aware and stay vigilant and do our own work, the better this outcome is going to be, and the quicker it's going to be a better outcome for us all. But it's a journey, you guys. It's going to take a little bit, so don't feel too stressed about knowing all the things or doing all the things right away. I keep getting that message for a lot of people this new week. Okay, so just to go on here, it says, the panther won't stand to see our growth or our energy stagnate. Instead, it pounces into our lives and causes all kinds of havoc with the ultimate intention of bringing us toward more fulfilling lives. It's unexpected, uncomfortable, and sometimes feels devastating. But after all the dust clears, it's easy to see the panther's wisdom at work. We've all been through these experiences, and they've made us better people. Trust that the panther's journey always leads to a brighter place. Beautiful, you guys. So exactly what we're seeing, right, is in our personal lives and in the collective of, you know, like I did a lot of sessions last week where people were shedding a lot of things personally in relationships, with family, old concepts of self. A lot of people were going through a hard time being like, Jess, you know, I need you. Like, my whole world is just seeming upside down. Like, I thought that I knew myself. I thought that I was like this and this is what I wanted, but I'm realizing that I don't. And that's okay, you guys. That's great. It can be very uncomfortable at first, but if you're feeling that way, you are in line with the energies of the 5D shift. So know that you're right in alignment, and that nothing is wrong with feeling that way. Everything is right about feeling that way right now. And so if you're feeling that in your life on any level personally, just go with it. Continue to examine those areas. Sit in meditation more, contemplate more, and really ask for clarity from your guides and God, that you will receive you know, what you need to release from your life. And it may not be easy, it may be hard, but you know, that's why we have support, that's why we have healers, and that's why you know, journaling is really great and meditation is really great. So you have all the tools that you need, you guys, to do this personal purging that you need to do on yourself, your self-identity and purpose, on your relationship levels, what you really want out of a relationship. Some people are realizing, oh wow, you know, I thought I wanted this, but you know, now that I'm further into it, I really don't want that. That's not what serves me. That's not how I see myself vibrating at my highest frequency. And once again, it may be hard to step away from those types of relationships. And I mean all types of relationships, romantic, friendships, family, and work. A lot of people are shifting with their work right now, actually. And so, just examine it, observe it, write about it, and then really go back to it and re-observe it and say, okay, ask for clarity and say, okay, like I have the courage and the bravery to release this and to get rid of these negative patterns, get rid of these negative, thought beliefs and these old ways of thinking that are maybe a year outdated, 2 years outdated, 5 years, 10 years for where we are and where you are right now in this collective 5D shift. And if you guys don't know what I'm talking about, the 5D shift, you can just look it up. You can Google it, or DuckDuckGo is my new thing because they're censoring Google like crazy, you guys. So you can look up, or on YouTube, you can look up 5D consciousness or 5D earth, 5D shift, and it will tell you what it is that we are all going through. And this is something people have been talking about for a while, at least for the past 5 to 10 years, if not more, in the spiritual community, and those who have, of us who are very tapped in to the astral frequencies. We've been getting this, we've been preparing for it, we've been waiting. We've actually been like, okay, when's it gonna happen? Where is it? And then now it's like, boom, okay, here it is. And so, those of us who it's not our job to do that, it may seem like, whoa, it's all of a sudden happening all out of nowhere, but you guys, this is all divinely planned. So just keep the faith and know that you're gonna have to go through layers and layers and layers of purging, just like we are right now, to get to that 5D shift where you can live in your fullest potential, be at your healthiest state physically, mentally, energetically, and spiritually. And that's not going to be easy with all these layers of density and ignorance that we were born into. And so, it's about, no matter how awake we are, there's still more awakening to do, you guys, and that, myself included, and everyone out there. Until it's done, we got more awakening. And so, just stick with it. And the theme right now is really annihilating instead of adding on new things and adding on new enlightenments and, trying to it's sort of like put a Band-Aid on the negative and put a Band-Aid on the ignorance with more positivity and more, things to do and think. And it's more so just about get rid of the old first. Like, that's just all Spirit wants us to focus our energy on right now. And that was really the theme of that Sagittarius full moon lunar eclipse. And then we're kind of just more so now, after that, as the moon wanes, we're very much in an integration mode and a rest and rejuvenate mode as we integrate, because a lot just happened, you guys, and we can't just keep going at that speed. We have to be like, whoa, okay, everything reached its peak collectively and personally. I'm not going to burn myself out by continuing to operate at that level. I'm going to keep all those lessons in mind, and I'm not going to go back to ignorance or ignoring things or being in my lower vibrational behaviors or thoughts, but I'm going to, integrate a little bit more. I'm not going to keep taking it this way. I'm going to integrate more because it was so much. If you don't integrate, you guys, if you don't take the time to integrate, you can't fully learn something, and you can't make it a permanent part of your being. And so if you want to really make it a permanent part of your being and not have to keep relearning the same lessons painfully over and over and over again, personally and collectively, we have to take that time to integrate. Okay, so it says, and that's what the other cards were about, which we'll get to in a second. So it says, last thing here for the Black Panther, when in balance, we are brave and productive. When out of balance, we are self-destructive. So exactly what I just said there, you guys. So when we're in balance, we're brave. We're saying, I'm going to do this no matter what. No matter how much my ego has to be crushed, no matter how uncomfortable it is, and because it's going to do stuff. It's going to produce something for myself and for others. And then when out of balance, self-destructive. So once again, if we just annihilate everything mindlessly and just out of all this overly emotional hate and anger and fear and all these things, then we end up destroying ourselves in the process. We end up destroying the good as well as the negative in the process. So, with these other cards involved, which I'm about to get into, it's very much about integrating as we continue to do this work, especially this week. It's a lot about integrating and regaining our physical energy back. So it says to bring into balance, get rid of the unnecessary, which we already talked about. So anywhere in your life, could even be in your home. You may even want to start with a little feng shuiing. You know, if the more psychological, spiritual levels are, you know, not coming to you at the time, or they're maybe intimidating at the time, or you're just finding a hard place to start to look. Sometimes removing things from our physical environment allows us to step into that energy more mentally and emotionally and spiritually. Okay, so the next cards that we got as clarifiers in that Black Panther energy was the Five of Cups reversed. So the Five of Cups upright, I don't know how much you guys can see that there, but it's a woman in the background who is slamming down a vase. She is very mad, and there's a bunch of vases broken on the ground. And as you can see here, it's because her man, her husband, whoever it is, he is basically cheating on her with another man. And, you know, she sees this as a huge betrayal, and it's Five of Cups energy, and all the tarot decks is associated with grief. So she's experiencing this immense grief. And whereas other tarot decks sometimes focus on more of the sad energy of grief with this card, this artist and this tarot deck creator really focused on like the anger that's behind grief, which I thought was so appropriate for what's going on collectively. And with this energy of the Black Panther, it's like, let's destroy, because, you know, just like sometimes we can feel this like anger, just like it's all gotta go, you know, or like whatever is unnecessary or old or outdated, it just needs to go. And on that personal and collective level. And so, you know, sometimes anger actually is a good emotion to help inspire us to get the energy. It's a fire emotion, so a fire element based emotion. So it gives us that fire to like accomplish what we need to accomplish and to express what we need to express. However, going back to the when out of balance here with the Panther energy is that we don't want it to get that fire to get too out of control, where we end up burning ourselves and burning up everything that's good too in the process. So things need to be destroyed, things need to change in our personal lives and collectively, but we don't want to take it too far. We don't want to do it irrationally. We don't want to let our emotions take too much control of us, because that's what the reverse position is all about. Basically, we need to, you know, kind of come out of this energy. Like, we need to acknowledge this energy, but we need to start to come out of it this week and be like, okay, we had our time to experience that. And, you know, we're going to get burnt out if we continue to experience that at such a high level. And we need to really integrate this week. Everything we felt so strongly about and that we saw others feeling strongly about, we need to integrate this week. Okay, the next card that we pulled here, you guys, is the reverse death card. So in this tarot deck, once again, the creator has a different interpretation, so he calls it the transformation card, which I absolutely love. And because to me, it's just goes back to that spiritual concept that death is just the new beginning. After death comes rebirth. Sometimes, like I was talking about earlier, we're afraid of losing parts of ourselves. Our ego is afraid of losing parts of our identity, of admitting that we were wrong about this thing or that thing, admitting that we need to change something about our life, that we need maybe to end a certain relationship or certain patterns within ourselves, or even in our families and the collective. And so, you know, this is telling us, like, it's okay. We need to do it. We need to purge. We need to annihilate what's not necessary. It's okay to feel these heightened, emotions, anger and grief, but we also need to release it this week. We acknowledged it, and then we need to release it. And we need to be ready for this death of our personal ego, and all those things that do not serve us, as well as collectively. And so with it being reversed, it means like, just let it happen. Just let it go. Don't resist it. Just let this death take its course. Beautiful, you guys. So going to slide these over and get to the next cards. So the next card was from the Psychic Oracle Tarot by John Holland. One of my favorites, as those who watch my videos frequently know. And I thought this was so appropriate. It like made me laugh when I pulled it the first time. And it's the root chakra card. So basically what Spirit is saying is focus on root chakra. Many of us last week were very in our crowns, very in our third eye, in our minds, very higher chakra in our throats. You know, this powerful Gemini energy that was around. Geminis were very empowered in our throat chakra. So we were, speaking out, we were hearing, and we were voicing our opinions, and we were maybe open to other opinions more so than usual. And that can, very much put us very actively in our upper three chakras. And when we're so much in these chakras and not paying attention to the lower chakras, they can get neglected, which I know many of us have been saying that we feel. And so, it's great to take our time to do that. Sometimes you have to do that, and in order to make progress in your own life, personally, and once again, also collectively. And of course, also we were feeling very much in our hearts as well. Very much like upper four chakras that last week were very activated, very strong. A lot of our energy and our experiences were flowing in and out of those chakras. And this is saying, that's great, we experienced it, but we need time to integrate it. Root chakra is all about integration, you guys. When people have a root chakra imbalance, one of the first pieces of advice I always give them, or I may ask them, is are you getting enough rest? When your root chakra is imbalanced, you must rest, and you must work on receiving and work on your connection to Mother Earth and really feeling grounded. So our root chakra is what connects us to Mother Earth and what brings the energy up from Mother Earth into the rest of our chakras. And we need that vital life force, you guys, in order to sustain our physical health. If we don't and we lose that connection, then we're going to lose our physical health. We're going to lose our stamina. We're going to lose our hardiness. And when we lose that, guess what? We're not going to be able to go much further on our path personally. We're not going to have the proper energy and health that we need to have to make all of these personal and collective shifts. So we just experienced a lot of heightened energy last week, you guys, and over the weekend with the full moon and the eclipse and everything going on in the world. And so we really need to take the time this week to just integrate, process everything that you felt, you saw, you heard, and really take your time with it. Don't rush through it. It really matters that we do that this week. So, and then just pay attention to your physical health, go for a walk. Going for a walk outside is very nurturing and grounding for root chakra. Put your feet, your toes into the sand or into the grass and just feel the earth. Ask her for strength. Ask her for wisdom. The earth, she has wisdom just as much as the astral realms and just as much as all our spirit guides. But oftentimes we neglect that and we don't realize how much wisdom she really has. And so you have to ask for it to receive. We have free will. We're not going to just, our spirit guides and Mother Earth aren't just going to throw things at us that we don't ask for. So we have to ask for it. So remember to ask for that wisdom. And also what I'm getting is, doing yoga and physical exercises that involve the lower body are going to be good too to help strengthen our root chakra. So anything with stretching and releasing the feet, the legs, and the hips, the butt too, as well as strengthening and stretching those areas is really going to help us, as well as just taking time to reflect, relax, integrate, and connect to Mother Earth's wisdom. Next card, of course, are we surprised? No, we're not, is the, I pulled a card from the Mudra deck, and it's the Boob Mudra. And this isn't one that I'm super familiar with, so I was excited that this one came out, that it got pulled. And so I have this like stray hair. It's raining today in Florida, so my hair is kind of all over the place. But yeah, it's a root chakra mudra. Of course it is. Of course it is, right? Could Spirit be speaking any more clear? No, it could not. And so basically here it says the key words are grounding, stability, and connection to the physical body. It says that this mudra reduces stress. I think we all could use that right now. And blood pressure. It also activates the root chakra. And then for the instructions here, it says to extend the middle finger, the index and middle fingers downward. Basically, you make a upside down peace symbol, which I think is very cool too. And you curl the pinky and ring finger into the palms. So touch the palms with the pinky and the ring finger. And then place the thumb on top of those fingertips. Extend your arm down to the ground. So you could physically put your fingertips into the ground, your peace fingers into the ground, or you can place them in your lap on your thighs and just connect to root chakra through your physical body or onto the earth. It says relax your shoulders and lengthen your spine, and then of course just breathe and just receive the healing energy of that mudra. Beautiful, we love it. And then for a mantra, I love this mantra here. It says, grounded to the earth, I receive support and abundance. I think it's so beautiful, you guys. Mother Earth, once again, is here to support us. So we need to remember to take time to tap into her energy and her wisdom and her physical support, as well as emotional and energetic support. And then it also says, I receive support and abundance. Abundance has been a big theme really since this quarantine all started, you guys. As many of you know who've been watching the videos, is that, you know, like we are in a time of uncertainty right now. So it's very important for us to be accumulating abundance and calling in abundance, because when there's uncertainty, we don't know exactly what's going to happen on these, you know, layers of the government and politics and the powers that be and, you know, societal change and all these things. And so, you know, this to me is this as further confirmation to make sure that we're saving, we're really, you know, like respecting our resources and not frivolously, you know, like spending right now, and that we are prepared to, you know, for this to be perhaps a long journey, and, you know, we're going to need a lot of abundance in order and to be connected to an ever-flowing stream of abundance if we're going to be our healthiest and able to maximize this shift and journey for ourselves and for the collective. Beautiful. We love it. That was all the cards that I pulled for the last reading. I was thinking about, since this is re-recording, pulling one more just to get a little extra energy in here. And I'm feeling like, I mean, that message is pretty complete, but let's go with maybe just a Rider-Waite tarot. So let's just look at the Rider-Waite Classic Tarot. Just one card here to end the reading. So after all that said and done, all these energies, what does Spirit want us to focus on, the take-home message before we're ending this reading? All right, beautiful. So it's the upright Queen of Pentacles. So basically, the Queen of Pentacles, she's all about her abundance. So we just talked about abundance. And she's very grounded in the physical realm. And she takes care of herself. She takes care of the earth, her natural surroundings. She's connected to the earth. And she's very connected to root chakra in these red robes. So just more confirmation there, you guys. So basically, you know, it just goes along with this right here of focus on the root chakra this week. Focus on integrating. Focus on, you know, your physical body and connecting to Mother Earth. And just being in this very queen-like energy of owning your own body and really owning your connection to Mother Earth, and asking for abundance, asking for support from our beautiful mother who wants us all here and wants us to love each other and wants us to get along and be, you know, her beautiful children that she wanted us to be. So, you know, she's here to support us. She's our mother. She has the wisdom. So we just need to ask for it. And we can only really truly ask for it if we are grounded in our physical bodies and, you know, doing that work. So hope that helps you guys for this week's energies. Let me know what you think in the comments. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. As always, Good luck on your journeys personally and collectively, but especially personally this week. Once again, we're integrating and we're resting and we're rejuvenating. We're focusing on our physical bodies. But once again, we're not blocking out all of that collective stuff. We're integrating it. We're integrating it because we don't want to like go ricochet back and forth. We want to constantly be flowing. So good luck with all of that. And I hope that you guys have a beautiful week. It's my birthday this week. I'm finally getting a new phone for my birthday. I didn't get it last week. There was too much going on, but it's happening actually today. So yay. So no more, crazy hold-ups with the videos, hopefully anymore. I'll have a great working phone, and it'll be really awesome. So looking forward to getting my new phone, looking forward to my birthday. It's this Thursday, and enjoying the rest of this week. So once again, hope you guys enjoyed the reading and you take time this week to enjoy everything that you've been learning and enjoy your body, enjoy this earth, and I'll see you guys all next week. So namaste and one love as always. Peace.